So this is our weekly Team Live and Love call. Today is the second to last day of October, and we are here to really just end the month in Success Club. We are going to work on this call tonight. We're going to give you tangible things that you can do right now. So if you're watching this recording, and I really hope people are because we normally have more people on, this call is always at the same time every single Tuesday, so try to catch it live. But make sure to grab a pen and a piece of paper. And no matter if you're in Success Club or not, like if you have points on the board, we have 24 hours, a little bit more than that left to make it happen. So it's just time to get to work and make it happen. So that's kind of what this kickoff is. I mean, I just want to say that there have been months where I had to pull it out in the last 24 hours. It's totally possible. It's something you can do. You just have to decide you're going to make it happen. And we're going to talk a little bit about how to do that tonight with posts and incentives and following up and inviting. But the biggest thing that you have to focus on right now is the action. And it's not throwing in the towel, and it's not giving up, and it's not saying, well, I'll make it happen next month. It's saying I'm going to make it happen now, and I'm going to feel better for making it happen next month. And there's still 24 hours or however long there is left in the month while you're watching this. And there are 24 hours that we all have, and we all can do something with it. I always like to remember that there's somebody who's going through something, who's busier than I am, who is making this business happen and not letting their excuses get in the way. So I hope that's what you guys put into practice and remember, well, we're all busy. We all have shit going on. Life throws curveballs all the time. There's somebody out there who has it harder than you and who's making this business work. Somebody who doesn't know as much as you do about the business, whose social media isn't as good as yours, who is still rough at inviting, but they're making it happen. And so it's time for you to make it happen and stop making excuses. So I don't know if Amber has anything to add before we dive in.
Yeah, just that there's still 24 hours left and to not give up. Also, whatever actions you're doing right now, I mean, the idea is that you could help 2 to 3 people. I know we have a lot of people that are at 2. So 2 to 3 people to get into Success Club, but also whatever actions you're doing now are just going to set you up for a really strong beginning of November. So then you won't hopefully have to do this at the end of the month or, feel like you're struggling to get your points met when you're just doing it. Getting in the habit of, having these conversations and doing the things that we're going to do on the call just all the time. And so then it doesn't have to feel, not that we want it to feel pushed, but, it should be something that you're working on every day with or without a team call. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. And I still have follow-ups to do. I've already hit Success Club, but I try to do that by the 5th. I try to hit Success Club 5 by the 5th, and then Success Club 10 by the 10th. And then I'm still working the rest of the month. I don't give up because it's those continuous conversations and follow-ups and invites and showing up on our social media that is laying that trust and foundation to continue to help people. Because if I were to just stop on October 10th, which feels like forever ago, by the way, then I wouldn't have a business. I would be starting over again, on the 1st. And that's not the idea. It shouldn't feel as, I think as you kind of get in this momentum of doing these activities all the time, it doesn't feel as hard because you're kind of always talking to people instead of scrambling to get your 3 people or whatever.
And I will say, if you are at the point where you're not in Success Club right now and you are stressed out and you're like, how am I going to make this happen? I really need to make this happen. And then you're you're feeling overwhelmed or burnt out. We want to avoid that from happening. So remember this feeling and then pretend that first week of the month is really the last 2 days of the month. So you go into it and you're not burnt out. So you create this system for yourself. So you're hitting Success Club in that first week of the month and setting yourself up for success to continually grow and keep going, because the coaches who end up quitting are the ones who burn themselves out. And it's not the business. It's not that this business doesn't work. It's just that they're doing it to themselves. And then they're making this a lot harder than it has to be. Like Amber said, a lot of us have overcomplicated it in the past. And I know I'm totally guilty of that too. So, I like this hour really for this call is for us to do whatever you want to do business wise that will move your business forward tonight. I kind of had like a 3-part thought with this. And it starts with making a post. If you haven't today, doing a call to action post. And I think the most important thing right now is creating urgency while not acting like a psycho. So let me explain, because if you have this psycho, like nervous energy where you're just like, I have to make this happen. I have to make this happen. Like, I want you to be like enthusiastic, but if you're like desperate, that's what I'm looking for here. If you have this desperate energy, people like feel that. And they don't want that. They're like, ew, no, I don't want to work with that person. Like, they're desperate. That's weird. I know. And I can say I've seen coaches do it, but I also see other multi-level marketing companies do this all the freaking time, where they're like super weird about it. And I've gotten messages asking like people asking me to buy something from them to help them reach their end of month goal. And I find that tacky and strange, and just like, they just feel desperate to me. And also I'm not interested in their product, but like, it's also like the weird desperate thing. And I'm not saying like, don't follow up with people, but do it in like a genuine way. And in your post, like create urgency. I would offer a incentive. It can be something little, like people love anything. People love free shit though. And like we talked about last week on the team call, it takes somebody like 33 times to really commit to something. Remember, we talked about that last week. So anybody you've ever talked to, follow up with them. It could be like a $10 Lush gift card. I'm just thinking of things that I like. A $10 Starbucks gift card, or a 10 pack of Energize, like the little sample packs of Energize, or a sample pack of Shakeology so they could try the other flavors when they get the pack. There are so many different things you can do for incentives, and you don't even have to say exactly what it is. Like if you're saying if it's Energize or if it's Shakeology or whatever you want to do, you could be like, I'm offering this gift for the next 3 people who join my group. Or what you could do is and what I want to do, because I just have a shit ton of extra Recover right now because I keep forgetting to change Dylan's home direct. And I had it on my home direct and Dylan's home direct, so I have a lot of Recover. So tonight when I'm sending out follow-ups, and what I might do in like a story thing is just offer, like I'm doing a giveaway for Recover, where I'm going to do like a drawing, because it's a big thing too. So anybody who joins my challenge group for this next group will get entered to win a thing of Recover. So it doesn't have to be, but it could be like a $10 Lush gift card for like the next 3 people who join you. But I would definitely mention it in a post, have that incentive, or it could be like a $10 rebate or a $15 like whatever you want to do. You don't want to totally like break your budget. And if you're also thinking about it this way, it's an investment in your business. If you get those 3 people started, and if you have that mindset that you're going to, you will earn that back. And then some. You never, and I think there actually is a cap, like you don't want to spend like over a certain amount of money on that, doing that, and you don't want to pay for somebody to do it, but like get real with yourself about what you need to do to make it happen. So first and foremost, I would post a call to action with like a transformation post. You can talk about it on your stories. I know some of you guys have already posted things like that today. I've seen it on my feed from a few of you. So you could do that, and then reach out to everybody, invite everybody. We've talked about invites, and we can share some of our invites here on this call tonight. And then following up and just mentioning that incentive. And also what I don't know if I mentioned this in the first part, is like when you're posting about this incentive and this call to action, make sure you have a deadline as of like tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Don't shoot yourself in the nuts, and love that little saying. Don't shoot yourself in the nuts and say 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is the cutoff for the end of the month, because people will email you at 9:01 tomorrow and be like, I'm ready, or like 10 o'clock and be like, I'm ready, and they won't understand. And like, they're not in our business. It's not their job to understand what we need to understand. So like, be smart about it and say like the deadline to join is 6 p.m. tomorrow Pacific Standard Time, and then it gives you like wiggle room. for those people who come in at like 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. or 8:30 and you're just like sweating. Like, and the biggest thing is please do not count your chickens before they hatch. Until somebody, for the next 24 hours, until somebody actually like purchases, like don't do it. And don't even feel bad about being, I wouldn't say I'm not saying be pushy, but like be assertive. Like be like, if you have questions, you want to get on the phone and talk about them. Don't be afraid to like overcome those objections on the phone or like talk to people, because half the time if you talk something out with somebody, like it's one thing to like email them and be like, hey, do you have 5 minutes and we can talk a little bit more about your questions or concerns so I can help you through it. Like they will feel so much better hearing about your experience, how you overcame whatever they're feeling, and also knowing like you're a genuine person who wants to help them reach their goals. And if you come from that place of like genuinely wanting to help somebody, it will pay off. So yeah.
Yeah. I agree. No, I don't really have anything to add to that other than I just have a list of things that I'm trying to get done today that I was going to work on. Because like I said, even though I already hit Success Club, I'm still trying to follow up with coach leads, people I'm trying to sign up for the team. People I'm trying to sign up as coaches, and just, checking in with people. Cause I think, the follow-up is so, so important. Just because you've had a conversation with somebody earlier this month, maybe even 3 days ago, it doesn't hurt to just like use the examples Kate just said, like an incentive. Maybe you haven't given that to them yet. So this could be an opportunity to follow up with anyone that you've talked to this month and just be like, hey, I just thought I would check in one last time. We're like, I'm doing this fun giveaway just to like get more girls to do it with us, or however you want to word it. And so that's, basically what I'm doing right now is just going through doing follow-ups. I'm going to do another social media post, and I'm also going to create a newsletter, which is something that I need to do, which is work related.
And what I like to do too, when I tell people I'm incentivizing things, especially this time of year, I like to say it's the season of giving, and I want to give back to women who are willing to invest in themselves. Or I like to, like, especially somebody who said no before, I'm like, hey girl, I know we talked and no, it wasn't the right time before, but I'm actually doing this little incentive for the next 3 women who join me. And I know you were hesitant in the past, and I just really thought about you and your goals. And maybe this will make it a little more fun for you to get started. And also remember, there's a 30-day money back guarantee. So there's really no harm in just starting. I also need to send out a newsletter. Anybody else want to share what they're doing right now? Anybody? I'm going to make a post right now. Tracking. I can't see what you're doing, Sarah. I can't. You can unmute yourself. Unmute yourself and talk.
It's the BAT form for the test group or whatever for Team Set Your Soul on Fire.
Did you get in?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah. So I've been doing it since Thursday. It started on Monday, but I'm getting ahead of the game. So I'm working on that.
Can you tell us about it really quick?
Yeah, you guys want to know? I'll send this. I'm sure you guys can do this stuff. I wish I could just send you guys a link or whatever. Can I do that? Will I get in trouble?
No, I don't know.
I don't know either. Basically it's workout, drink your shake, initiate connections for 20 minutes, add followers, do your social media posts. And then they give you like 6 ideas for Instagram stories to do. So daily life, workout clips, product use with no name brands, healthy meal or meal prep post, invitation or promote call to action, recognition and a shout out. These are all for your stories on Instagram. Am I going too fast? Okay. Respond to all new likes and comments or views on your Instagram. Invite at least 5 people to join your challenge group, which if you're doing the push, you're doing more than that, obviously. And then follow up with people you've invited, contribute to your challenge groups, recognize achievement, and engage in personal development. So it's a little longer than a power hour, but it's pretty thorough. It's got it all like in time it's got it all in little increments of time of how much time you should spend on it. So
Are there a lot of people in the group? I don't know.
There's only like 25 people right now, which is kind of weird. And people are starting to jump on, but they're pretty strict about if you're willing to be serious about it. And you can only do it if you work full time. If they're just trying to see like if people who work full time can do this and if they're going to have success with it.
So is it just a Set Your Soul on Fire group, or did you get added to like a bigger group as well?
It's Set Your Soul on Fire corporate training BAT test group.
Mm-hmm. I just wasn't sure, like, because I know they did it was launched at leadership and they opened it up for people at leadership and a certain amount of people's team.
Yeah. So I'm sure there's more, but this is just through Set Your Soul on Fire, I guess.
I wasn't sure if it was like a bigger thing, but that's really
I'm excited to see how it works. It's a little different than the other one. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. It looked legit.
If I'm allowed to share it, I will. I'm happy to share it. It might help you guys. I don't know how it works though. Maybe I'll ask and then share.
What's everybody else doing right now to move their business forward?
I'm using the same tracker as Sarah too, and I actually really like how they broke it down and like all of that. And so I'm just kind of going through, like I posted a kind of call to action to my groups for November already. So a lot of what I'm doing right now is like follow-ups, making those connections, that kind of stuff. Because I've been adding a lot of people with like Captivate, but I'm also like losing track a little bit of like how many people are like following and all of that, because it like happens really quickly. So I'm trying to like go through and like find the real people, because when you start adding a lot of people, I'm getting a lot of like random kind of things that are following me. And so I'm going to try to go through and find like the real people and make those connections, which is nice because it builds your following, but it just happens quickly. So it's hard to track sometimes.
Yeah. I love that. And I shared this actually in my PS page, but I can share on here. Or did I share it in Team Living Love? I really don't know. I shared some follow-ups I was doing this morning. Oh wait, I don't know where that was. There's too many groups. It was so long ago. Oh, it was in this group. Okay. So share screen really quick and then I'll copy them into the group so you guys can see some follow-up ideas. Wow. I was trying to move that. Okay. So obviously, if you guys saw also in Set Your Soul on Fire, Amy posted about how important follow-ups are. And I think right now this is really like invite and make sure you're posting call to actions and offering incentives, but making sure, I think what's really going to help you get into Success Club now is talking with people who you've talked to in the past and making sure you really do follow up with everybody. So in my PS page, I posted a list of follow-ups, but I can also repost it in Team Live and Love. And also I'm just going to copy it and post it into the chat. So there's the first follow-up, there's the second follow-up, there's the third follow-up, there's a fourth follow-up. And then also with that too, like you can, on last week's team call with, what's her face? I can't remember off the top. Amy Rada. She had just an awesome follow-up and invite, like she shared what she was doing too. And it's just like asking people, like making sure with that follow-up too, with all of these that you are, I guess I can't do that. I can't share a screen and then copy it from the chat. I need to do it differently. That you are actually like saying, do you want this spot? If not, let me know either way. Because I think that creates that urgency for people to follow through with you, because they're like, okay, well, either I'm going to do this or I'm not going to do this. I want to let me share it. See if I can just do it in smaller text. Oh yeah, I can do that. And all of these I would tweak a little bit too. Obviously, I just want to compare them with you guys. Does anybody have any questions either? Like, if anybody has anything that they want to clarify or talk about as they're doing it, you can unmute yourself and talk. We don't fight. Anybody want to share anything that's worked for them while we just so quiet? So quiet. No, guess not. Nothing's working for anybody.
I'm trying to think of what I've haven't shared yet that's been working, other than just consistency.
Eden said video messages have been working really well for her, and she's with the babes right now, so that makes sense why she can't video. So I'm guessing sending video messages like as like a follow-up, that's a fun way to do it too. If especially, I know because a lot of us invite people via Instagram and you transfer them over from Instagram to email. And even if you do it with Facebook, hopefully you guys are always taking people from Instagram or Facebook to email, because if for some ungodly reason something happened to one of those things, like it's really important to have people's emails. And if somebody ghosts you, because this always happens, like for some reason when you take it over to email, you're like, sometimes I don't hear back from people. So once you follow up with them, you can also send them a DM and send them like a video message and be like, hey girl, I just want to see if you got my last email. Just wanted to let you know I'm thinking about you and your goals, and I really want to get you started on them. My next group is starting soon. I'll save you a spot. Let me know either way. Like the same thing, but again, it goes back to like talking to people on the phone and people liking to see your face and hearing from you and knowing what you're about. So Eden says, yeah, she videos after initial response and uses video for follow-up. You can do the same thing in Facebook Messenger too. You might even shock somebody. It's always fun when you do that and people are like, yeah. Like people don't expect that. Sometimes they think you're like a fake person, which we're not, obviously.
I like to send a lot of voice messages through Facebook. One, because I'm sick of typing. So I like to do the voice messages. And I have been, anytime anybody new follows me, I send them a message thanking them for following me.
So Jesse, I know you just popped on. We're right now just working, doing invites or doing a post or call to action or following up. And in the chat, I shared some follow-up ideas, but basically anything to help us make the end of the month happen at Success Club. So yeah, I just want to let you know. So if we're like, if there is a quiet moment on here, it's because we're all here hopefully diligently working and not just being weird and quiet. Carly, I want to call you out really quick. Since you're at Success Club 4, you're almost at Success Club. What worked for you so far this month?
What worked? I don't know, just kind of showing up. Every time I post like a transformation, somebody seems to come out of the woodwork. So far, mostly everyone that I've gotten is family and close friends. So I've yet to snag a stranger. But yeah, I'm so close and I'm dying for 1 point.
You can totally make it happen, and I know you can. And honestly, that's very common for new coaches in general. The first 3 months hitting Success Club is signing up to people that you know, and that's a good thing because you're helping those people in your life get healthy. And I would actually like really use that to your advantage right now. Like anybody who you have talked to, who you know, or any coworkers or anything, anybody close relatives, if you guys are like really close, like reach out to the people around you and be like, hey, do you want to get fit with me this holiday season? And like, especially if they do personally like know you really well, be like, this is business and this is really important to me and it'd be really cool to do this together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm trying. I have one that is, well, my sister-in-law. She talked to me earlier or over the weekend, and I'm like, girl, let's go, come on. I'm even offering her my commission just so she'll do it. So I'd rather get the point than worry about the $40.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm hoping, because tomorrow's a holiday and I don't know if I'm going to be able to lock anything in much past 6 p.m. So
yeah. And
we'll see.
Have it locked in before 6 p.m. just because it's way less stressful.
Oh, for sure. I'm trying to hit that tonight.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
You got this. what is the saying? We don't come this far to only come this far. That's what I like to remind myself of. Or we didn't come this far to only come this far. I don't know. And then it's like, I got this far. I can do it again. I know I can, type of thing. I'm just like saying weird shit right now.
Well, I'm like in a pinch too. Like if I absolutely need to, like I can get my dad to get something. That's why I was like, how many beach bars does it take to get 1 point? Takes 3 boxes.
3 boxes on Home Direct. And I think it's actually 2 points.
Oh.
But yes, it's 3 boxes on Home Direct.
Is there anything that's just 1 point?
No, I can't remember what exactly. There used to be, and I think there is something, but it doesn't like, there's no difference how it shows in the back office verse 1, verse 2. I can't remember. There is something somewhere because randomly I do see people with Success Club 5 on the board, but I just don't remember what it is.
Okay.
How long does it take PV to go through? Because I'm at 6, but it says I'm not qualified. I have 3 packs of Beach Bar this month. That's 98 PV. So for that, Eden, just to make sure, were the Beach Bars on Home Direct. So first and foremost, you guys, to qualify for a Success Club, you have to have 90 PV on Home Direct. Right, Amber? It's 50 PV to be active and 90 PV on.
Yeah, I'm reading it right now to make sure I was going to say it right. Yeah, it has to be Home Direct. And because I remember signing up my ex with stuff that total 90 PV, but didn't do Home Direct, and I did not get the points.
Okay.
So make sure it's on Home Direct. And then I was looking up, so 2 Success Club points for a new Home Direct product or challenge pack worth at least 90 PV. So any challenge pack is always going to be that. Shakeology is always going to be that. Or other things totaling 90 PV as long as it's on Home Direct. That's how you're going to get 2 points. 1 Success Club point for multiple Home Direct orders totaling at least 90 PV. So that's a little bit trickier, but I guess that would mean if they were selling like what is that under the same order?
Okay, actually, for some reason I thought it was 2, but I recently heard this. So it's like if somebody got a thing of Beach Bars, which is 30, a thing of, let's say, Recover, which is 50. Wait, no, that's only 80. Shoot, what's something that's like that? So 30 plus 50, and let's just say I really suck at math. What's something that's 20? Or I'll just do another thing of Beach Bars because we know that totals over 90. It's 2 thing of Beach Bars and a thing of Recover. That would be over 50 on if it's on HG. So a cumulative over 90 foam roller, but it's not on HD, Sarah. That's where it has to be. So with that too, you guys, it has to be Home Direct. So it has to be like the bars, or it has to be like a supplement, or Shakeology is a supplement. It has to be like a cumulative, like a challenge pack is in the lock, but like for the other things. So that would be 1 point. Or you could just do 3 things of Beach Bars for 2 points.
Yeah, because it's still 90 PV. So if you're trying to get 1 point or 2 point, you're still selling 90 PV worth of stuff.
Yeah.
So another way I got lots of points this month was I followed another coach's lead and followed their idea for Shredder Weather program, and was posting about it on my social media. And I ended up having old customers that had already bought challenge packs in the past recommit with Shakeology on Home Direct so they could be part of the Shredder Weather challenge. And so I was able to get more points from that. If you're new, that doesn't. What?
Did you say old coaches or customers? Am I crazy?
Customers, just like customers that had previously bought challenge packs in the past. But I've been doing this for 4 years. So some of these people, it was like 3 years ago. So some of that is just, I just think it never hurts as you start hitting Success Club every month to really tap into your existing customers and get them excited and reach out to them about any new challenges and things going on, because they could also order 90 PV worth of stuff and that could be points. So don't always think it has to be a challenge pack. You know, it can be that maybe they already have BOD and they want to get Shakeology again. So a lot of times I will go and if I know they're going to do it, then I'll go look and I will find a challenge pack of Shake. Like for instance, if they already are a BOD member, they can do Shakeology and Shift Shop agility markers. So that's only going to be $130. It's going to be the same price as Shakeology, but it's going to be a challenge pack for me and for them. So it's like they pay $130, they get the Shakeology and they get the agility markers. Even if they weren't even interested, I'm like, well, we do a few of the Shift Shop workouts in the program. So you might as well, if you're going to get Shakeology anyways, just get this. So just like tell people what to get.
Yeah, and something with that too, like remember you're the coach and you can like sometimes people like to overcomplicate things or spend like more money or like they don't realize half the shit they're actually like doing or what the deal that they could get. And it's your job as a coach to be like, you can come in hot on this. Like it's really easy to do. And then if you want to stay on Shakeology, you can get signed up as a coach with that as well. For those completion packs, because they do get the coaching fee waived and then they can stay on Shakeology for cheaper. And then what Amber said, and one thing I want to throw in there, because Beachbody just started doing this year, which I think is really, really cool. So it used to be you could only get 2 Success Club points max for a person ever. But now, once you're around longer, you can actually get 2 more Success Club points off a new HD order from a customer who hasn't purchased, like if they purchase, okay, I'm making this way too fucking complicated. I should just look at the FAQ or I'm just like brain dead. You guys, you know me though at this point, you know, I just don't word things well. So if a customer purchased a challenge pack, it's like a math problem, which I'm also not good at. If a customer purchased a challenge pack 6 months ago and they reordered Shakeology on Home Direct, or they purchased another challenge pack 6 months later, you would get an additional 2 Success Club points for that person 6 months later. So if you've only been a coach like 3 months, obviously, like you don't have somebody who ordered 6 months ago. But also know that like that's why it is important to continue following up with people and letting old customers know about the current groups that you're doing and the deals that are going on and things like that. Okay, I think I explained that better that time, going from that angle. I never try to be perfect.
I have a quick question. My husband's account, and something in the FAQ one time that there's some sort of form that I need to fill out if I am like controlling his account.
The U+2.
And I cannot find it.
I think I have it.
What's it called?
It's the U+2 form. I can find it somewhere.
Okay.
I know I have it like because when they were cracking down a few months ago on that, like I saved it somewhere. I posted it in the team page. But I will find that. That's a great question. And I will send that to you.
I need to call and like switch around his HD, and I don't want them to give me any trouble, and I have to do it soon. So.
Yeah, and what you could even do, and it's funny because I've actually before, like I filled it out and then it didn't go through, which was weird. I think I like goofed up something on my end. 99% of the time, if something doesn't work out, it's you, not coach relations, what I've learned. But I like didn't submit it right or something. Anyways, they reached out to me and they're like, hey, I just want to check, is this person and this person a part of your U+2? And I was like, yeah, they are. They're like, sweet, we got that fixed. And I'm like, great. Thanks for having my back. Because apparently I don't know how to submit a form correctly. But I will find that form and I will post it in the team page. I'll make like a file for it, but I'll send it to you when I do find it. I wrote it down and I circled it. So. So, and if I didn't say this already, for when you guys are creating urgency and when you're actually talking to people, you can be like, my prep week for my group starts November 5th. My group starts November 12th. So then you're like telling people not just like they have to order by, but letting them know when. So like the importance of why that they're ordering, because prep week and getting started on that. Because I just had to switch, I had to change dates in my email and I wanted to remind you guys while I was thinking about it. Also, one thing you can say in a follow-up, because I'm pretty sure this, sometimes with email, I have no idea what happens. I get from people all the time, they're like, I never got your email, or I didn't get theirs. There's this girl who the last time I heard from her was September, and I've emailed her multiple times, and she just emailed me tonight saying, hey, Caitlin, following up to see if you have any openings coming up. I'm really on board and would love to be enrolled as a coach. Please let me know what I can do to move forward. Thanks. And I'm like, okay, that's awesome, because I've emailed you so many times and I don't know that she got my last email, but that's why like you follow up. And that's why I like to say in my follow-ups too, I'm not sure, especially if I haven't heard back from them, I'm not sure if you got my last email. I know, like, and that's the thing is like, I'm the worst person at texting, and Amber probably knows this. Sometimes like I suck at texting back or whatever. Like you have to remember it's not their job to like email you back or message you back. And I always remember like I am that person who's guilty of opening emails or opening and text messages and not always responding. And like life happens and things happen, and if people ghost you, it's not always like on purpose. There are the people who are forgetful like me, who like go to open and have every intention of responding, and then sometimes even type out what you're going to say and then save it as a draft on accident, or never press send, or think you press send and send it as save it as a draft. I can't talk anymore. I'm just done. But that's what I was trying to say. You know. No. Sorry, my cat's butt was just in the way for the last little bit. He just wanted to sit down right in front of them. And they just left. He really wanted to be on the call. Yeah, but yeah, I know you would notice it. Okay. Yay, Sarah! I just saw what you posted in the chat, that you're having somebody switch over to you. Does anybody have any questions or anything they want covered before we hop off, since it is 56, or anything that just they want to share? No? Negatory? Everybody's got what they need to make it happen?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So I don't know if this was covered in the 30 minutes that I missed, but I feel like my biggest thing is that I have a lot of people, they won't commit because they say, I don't have time until after the holidays, which I kind of feel like was my whole position to get people to join in the first place. But I'm, like I'm using the scripts, I'm saying all these things, but everyone just keeps saying, oh, well, I won't have time until after the holidays. So is there a way that you guys have that's best to go about that, to kind of get past that barrier that people have, like, oh, I can't do it because of the holidays?
I would just call that out on your social media. Be like, okay, let's get real. Everybody has 30 minutes in a day. And I would even be real with the people and be like, you don't have 30 minutes for yourself? Are you binging Netflix? There are days where if I really want to watch something and I haven't got my workout in, I will play it on the TV while I work out, and you can do both. It makes you feel better while you're watching TV. You do your workout. I think it's just like calling out people's bullshit. Like, everybody has 30 minutes. I don't care how busy you are. I know Amber is one of those people who, when she started, it was during the holiday season, and it's just a matter of making it happen and wanting to do it. And I would talk about that in your post. And be like, I've been talking to a lot of women who reached out to me, or who I've just been talking to a lot of women who wanted to get healthy with me and really want to get fit. But I keep hearing that nobody has time until after the holiday season. And I want to kind of bust that myth, because you really only need 20 minutes or 25 minutes. T25 is 25 minutes. You only need 25 minutes to get in a good workout. And, I really want to help women get fit now, instead of waiting till after the holidays and then potentially having to lose that extra 10 to 15 pounds of holiday weight gain. I would just.
And I would also, oh my God, can you guys hear me? I feel like there was an echo. Weird. I would also because maybe part of it's just misconception that it's maybe it's not even the time of the workouts, but it also might be people are afraid to commit to a meal plan because they want to indulge. I don't know. That might be part of it. They feel well, I don't really want to do this till after the holidays, because I want to enjoy the parties and enjoy all the stuff. And I think maybe asking more questions and nicely, just what is it that is holding you back? Is it more time, or is it more the meal plan? Because then maybe just asking that might open up some conversations, because they might be oh, I don't want to start a diet. And then you can be oh, no. Don't think of it as a diet, think of it as even if you were to, indulge a little bit here and there, the consistency of a whole challenge is you're still going to get really great results. So I would maybe just ask a couple more questions, individually to those people you're talking to. I know you say you don't have time, but I was just curious if you meant more that it's not a good time because of literally not having time to work out, or if it's just more just social stuff, or what you're thinking about that. And then again, Kate said on your social media, addressing that, because maybe talking about the diet element. I don't know. That's just me personally, because even though I didn't have time, my thing before was really, I didn't want to give up any good food or alcohol. And I think that's a misconception, because you can still and really, if you think about the holidays, it's only a couple days. You don't want to set people up to splurge, but really, if they're following it the whole time, and then they still just enjoy their Halloween, Christmas, and Thanksgiving, they're still going to have great results. So I don't know. If I knew someone really well, I might just say that to them. I might just be like, honestly, you're still going to see really great results even if you have a hangover on Christmas morning.
Okay.
I definitely get sugar hangover. I go hard on the holidays. I love the holidays, and so I fully like intend to enjoy the shit out of the holidays. That's why I dial everything in before and around, just so I can enjoy the shit out of that actual day.
Yeah.
And that's something else you can talk about. All those things can be made into posts, and also breaking people's mindset around it too, I think is just huge.
And sometimes people are just going to have excuses too. So it's like about like staying consistent and inviting new people and keep sharing, like attacking those objections publicly, because I think, sometimes it's just like the right time for somebody, because, like it might just be that day they see your post and it might be like another person, they haven't even talked to you yet. That's just like, I'm so ready to make a change. So not to give up on those people, but I'm just saying like deal with them, but then also be like, okay, maybe those are my not right now people. Let me focus on some like new people too. Oh yeah, Carly brought up to be mindset. That's a really good idea. I keep forgetting about to be mindset because even Mary, who's not on this call, was like talking about how she wants to do a whole to be mindset thing for the holidays, because especially for people that are too busy or don't want to work out, it's like, and the whole idea behind to be mindset is that you're not restricting yourself. You're able to eat as many servings as you want. So that's another really great idea, offering to be mindset.
I forgot about that too.
No,
it's just so funny because I've been on this like for so long. Like I think it's just we've been doing this for so long, and Tubi is such a new thing that we're like, this is how you do it. But now we have this whole other option to help people this holiday season, which I think will be huge if we utilize it correctly.
My parents have lost 80 pounds since June on TV Mindset. So it works, and it's quality program right there.
Wow, that's so cool.
And Sarah's mom, how much is your mom lost now?
She's lost 50 pounds. And our goal was 100 pounds, and she's lost 50.
Wow.
She's killing it right now. We're doing the clean week right now, and she's on day 2, and she's
I saw her video. She's so cute.
Isn't she cute? She's mostly done it through nutrition, but she's just now starting to move her body a little bit more, and we're doing clean week because it's not so aggressive, and she's adorable. She's killing it.
Okay, wait, Carly, did you say your parents together have lost 50 pounds or over 50 pounds?
Yeah, my mom's at 30 and my dad's actually at like 55, so over 80.
Okay.
Yep.
I love that. That's just so cool because especially for older people. Yeah, for older people that are like nervous to start, they see insanity or they see something and they're like, hell no. So it's like really cool and a good reminder for me to recommend that more.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, my mom's 69, just a saying, like as far as, and she's pretty obese and she's got a lot of problems, but she's 69 and she's doing it and it's working. So it's pretty cool.
That's amazing. That's so rad. Oh, now I'm fired up. See, if anything else, like I would talk about that. I'm going to talk about that on my stories. I'm going to be like, dude, that motivates me. Well, thank you guys so much for being on this call and committing to end this month strong and just doing your all to make this happen. Remember, we have 24 hours left. Make sure you're setting yourself up for success, offering incentives, creating a deadline, creating urgency, but don't be desperate. And yeah, so let's do this. We've got tons of time to make it happen still. And remember, what you do now, you're also setting yourself up for November, but don't write off these last 24 hours either, because it's totally possible and you are more than capable. And as long as you go into it with that mindset, like you're going to make it happen and you do the work to make it happen, I 120% believe that you will make it happen. Like just having the right mindset and you're like, I'm going to help these people. And then going into it, like I'm going to help 3 people in the next 2 days or in the next day. It's going to happen. And then just setting yourself up for success in the future. So this doesn't happen again, because you don't want to be in this burnout cycle. But thank you guys so much. Have a good night. and I'll see you guys next week.
Bye.